Good morning, you guys. How you doing? It's Thursday, January the 18th. We got the Venom comic drop that happened earlier today, which we'll talk about a bit for sure. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff today, you guys. And I do have my drop head rewards to give out, and I'm going to give you guys a spot in those and a chance to win a Silver Age Superman comic on my Discord for members. Just to kind of help celebrate the McFarlane drop that happened today with Action Comics, the statue. We're going to talk about that one for sure, 100%. Disney Pinnacle has got a Star Wars, ongoing drop right now with their capsules and a Disney Villains drop that we're going to check out and see how that one's doing. There's another comic that's going to be launched on Candy for DC NFT, which is a nice comic coming, I believe, next week. So we'll talk about that one as well. And of course, we'll talk about a couple other things on Veve, like this incredibly crazy scarce drop that's coming up this weekend. I just did a poll question over on my X page that I want you to go and answer. And it's basically just, are you going for this one? Because it's, 50 gems, but you have a chance to land a 1 of 20 secret rare, which is actually a 1 of 16 because they're holding 4 back. And then you can get the physical as well. And inside the physical, if you watched my breakdown video, there is a special one in there as well that's different from all the other physicals as well. So are you going to go for this crazy one and roll the dice and do a whole lottery type thing? It's gonna, my goodness, right? If you land one of these, it is actually it's scarcer than the Iron Man. It's scarcer than the Funko. And that Funko one is worth a lot of money. That, that Iron Man, that secret rare, it's worth in the thousands of gems. So I have a feeling this one's going to be the same. It's going to be worth a couple thousand gems for sure. And will you definitely go for that on a 50 gem, lever pull? Obviously it's a very cool collectible for sure. I really do like the, I believe it's an ultra rare. We'll double check that, but I do like the basic one at 888 editions. I think they're holding back about 60 or so. So that one's decently scarce as well. But at 50, woo! What you can get for 50 gems in the app right now, you could do a few things. I'll show you what I've been doing in the app over the last little while, increasing my master collector status, trying to get more comic books, the rare comic books, just in my own personal collection. I'll show you that as well. And where my 3-digit common comic collection has gotten to, I'm getting quite high up there now. I'm starting to build a nice collection of those 3 digits, those low mint commons on all the ones that have been coming out that I've been keying in on and focusing on. We had that Miles Morales drop, that comic book on Tuesday, and it is continually, surprising a lot of people with how well it's doing. It's really doing really well, really performing really well. And so that's awesome for sure. If you landed a secret rare on that particular comic, congrats to you. I did not, I landed that rare, which, is actually really cool. This is on the Miles Morales comic that came out, the black and white rare, which in print is, I believe, is the most scarce of all the variants. So that one actually ran up to almost 50 gems at one point. I think it's around 20 to 25 now. But what a great comic book that was. Very, very key. And, the Veve community definitely responded to that. So there's this to talk about as well for sure. Now, over on McFarland Digital, there was Action Comics 1, the statue today with 3 variants. You saw my last live stream on Tuesday. We covered this. We talked about it. And the different colors on the car, basically, and if you were going to go for it or not. Well, big news for McFarlane because they have had trouble selling out drops lately, but this one sold out right away. I don't believe it even made it to allow list 2. So all 399 of these are, excuse me, I almost choked, are gone, okay, which is great. So if you managed to get one of these, congratulations. It never made it to the public sale. It was all the people basically who got the physical statue. They went on to the digital side of things and decided that they wanted this one as well. So, we'll see how this one goes, in the market, in the aftermarket for sure. But 100% minted. Now, we've seen a couple of the drops on McFarlane over the last, month or two not sell out and have 600 editions, 450 editions, and, sitting at about 50% sold, 60% sold. So this one's 100% sold. It's gone. So if you got one of these, congrats. I did not. Like I said, I was not on that allow list from the start. So, I wasn't able to do that because I didn't buy the physical, which is okay for me. I got so many physical items. I didn't want the physical statue. I mean, I would love to have it. It's beautiful, of course, but I'm more digital now in my collecting, style, aside from comics. I'm still going and buying physical comics for sure. And I can't resist the odd stormtrooper. If I'm at a toy store, if I see a physical stormtrooper, I usually pick one up. Where's my most recent one? Yeah, I picked up a stormtrooper recently, just a little, 6-inch one right there. And I just can't help myself when it comes to that. But I'm not really doing physicals, but I think it's really cool for people to have that combination. So congrats to people who got that one. That was pretty amazing. I wasn't sure what would happen with it, but we do know that statue did really well. So congratulations to everybody who went for that one today for sure. And we'll watch how it does in the marketplace. Now, over on Disney Pinnacle, like I said, this is happening now as well. Now, these are the villain pins. Okay, so this is $69.99 right there for me. I'm in Canada. And right there, that's happening right now. Now, I was really surprised that the Star Wars one from like a week ago or so, with Darth Maul and Jar Jar Binks and all that one sold out, with Queen Amidala and all that. I was really surprised. I actually broke that down in a video, and I thought it was I thought the price was a bit too high, a bit too high for me. But the community on Pinnacle didn't think so, and they sold that one out really fast. So we'll see how this one does right here with the villains. These pins look really great. They really do. Now, these aren't really FAs on most of them, okay, because Veve has a lot of these characters already for sure. Maleficent and all that kind of stuff, and, Ursula and, of Jafar and all that. But I do believe that the Wicked Stepmother over there, I believe that's her FA. This is on Dapper Labs on Flow. So I do believe that might be her first appearance as well, right? As an NFT for sure. But and then of course you have the Evil Queen from Sleeping Beauty right there. But we have seen her on Veve in terms of collectibles as well. So correct me if I'm wrong there, but this is these pins look great. But for me, a little bit too expensive still. So I'm not going to be going for these limited ones depending. Now, that being said, if they come out with some like Grogu, Mandalorian, some, I don't know, like that, then you might see me pull the trigger on that one. But I'm going to go case by case. In the meantime, they do have the Star Wars capsule that is opened up now, which is really nice. And of course, it's got Han in there, and it's got, Chewie and C-3PO. But the thing is in the revolving store on Disney Pinnacle, which I believe is their best feature that they have right now, because there is no marketplace yet, but it is Dapper Labs, who does Top Shot. So there's no worry there. There's going to be a market on this platform, as long as it continues to sell and people are interested in it for sure. We know there's going to be a built-in marketplace and other things like that. They're going to do some stuff with it. We'll see how that develops. We don't know what that's going to look like or not. But in the revolving store, this little screenshot for you was taken about an hour ago, and you can see that Chewie in there. Okay, there's an open edition Chewie. That's one of the more scarce ones. $399 minted so far on that one, going for $14.95. So if you get the capsule at $9.99. This is Canadian prices, right? If you get the capsule and you have a chance to get one of these, you may not get one of the more scarce ones. You may get one of the most scarce ones, but you can go into the revolving store and pick up kind of those like mid-level scarce ones, which I think is the best feature of all, of this whole site right here, because it allows you to bypass the blind box and get right to the ones that you want. Now, I don't believe you can go after the most scarce ones. I think you have to get those into capsules. As far as I can tell, I haven't seen those show up in the revolving store, but I do think this is pretty amazing if you have that one for sure. Now, the one thing about this is that and I've been saying this, and I hope the people at Cryptoys are watching, because I really think that they need to add this to their site, and hopefully they will. They need to add something where we can go in and pick up characters we want from a revolving. So I think this is one of the best features I've seen in a long time from a platform that doesn't have a marketplace. Once they have a marketplace, the revolving store is not really going to matter that much. Although these are minted, like these are ones that are getting minted. So these are ones that aren't in the hands of other users, right? So, you know, they can still use this kind of function for sure. But if you look at Will from Cryptoys, one of the founders who I follow on X, you know, and has been doing a lot of like interactions. The Superstar guys just had a Twitter space. I believe it was yesterday. And it was, you know, collecting in the digital world. It's a really nice one. I wasn't able to actually attend that one. There were some X problems yesterday, apparently, with Twitter Spaces where, you know, people weren't able to hear everything, I believe. So anyway, but he tweeted this out 2 days ago, and I've been wanting to talk about it. He tweeted this out after my live stream. Good morning, fam. So much happening at Cryptoys right now. I cannot wait to share, and we certainly will share more very soon. So I don't know what they're cooking up on Cryptoys, but, you know, when he posts something like this, he's kind of excited about sharing stuff. So hopefully it's more like, you know, features and, you know, closer to their marketplace opening or maybe trades or something along the lines of that, as opposed to just more collectibles that we can go buy. I think there's plenty of stuff that are really great that we can buy on there. Maybe they'll add Marvel, you know, which would be fun. I like a little Iron Man or like, you know, a little Spider-Man or something like that would look really cool with Cryptoys. But I really, you know, obviously they need to add in the kind of the marketplace and the ability for us to go and get, you know, some of those characters that we want, like some of the characters that I want on their platform that I'm not going to blind box and just spend the $40, you know, each time, you know, the $39.99 US, I believe. You know, I'll do that for new drops just to see, you know, test my luck and have some fun. But I'm not going to go in and do that for like just to get everything. I just, you know, don't have the money for it. Whereas a revolving store would really help right there, as Disney Pinnacle does. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that for sure. We have Cryptoys in my backpack. You can see that I have a nice little collection here. And I'm going to continue to buy. I'm really, you know, really looking forward to what they have on the platform. I really like what they're doing over there. And you can see my wrapped ones right here. I have a nice little selection. I want to get some of the zoo toys, whatever. And but I have a couple. I got a Masters of the Universe. I got some nice ones, some couple of grails in there. You know, I've unwrapped a couple right here. There's a legendary Luke that I unwrapped by accident. But that's okay. I can play around with them. So there you go right there. And, you know, their drops right here are still here. They're still available to go get. I do not have this mall right here. So, you know, I'm still thinking about maybe buying another volume 2 just to maybe try to get that mall. But, you know, I'm more interested in kind of waiting to see when it becomes available where I can actually go in there and just pick the ones that I actually want. And I think once that happens, you're going to see a lot of activity on Cryptoys, even more so. So they're continuing to build, which is really cool right there. Now, there is another thing I want to talk about right here, and that is this comic right here is just announced. That's coming out on Candy, DC NFT. This is Batman Beyond #1. This is going to be coming next week. So I'll do a full breakdown video on this one for sure. But this is a nice comic. This is not Bruce Wayne, okay? This is a younger Batman who gets tutored by an older Bruce Wayne. And it goes back to that TV animated series back in like the late 90s, you know, right around 1999. This is when this one came out. Really cool character, really beautiful art. You know, people really like this character. Nice comic. It's coming out, you know, in about a week from now. We'll wait for the full numbers about the drop and everything, but it's, you know, Terry McGinnis right there. There's a whole thing about him. Batman Beyond, you know, you can see how cool he looks right there. Very nice and everything. And the comic itself has good value, you know, for sure. 9.8s go for about 1,400 US. So we'll wait and see how scarce this is on the platform and with the full numbers and the drop and all that stuff. Early Batcal access and all that kind of stuff. It'll be a nice one. So I'll do a full breakdown video of this one, give you more backstory about the characters, talk about, you know, the comic itself, the importance of it, where it went, where the characters are going, and ask the question, why is DC dropping this comic now? That's really interesting, right? We do have a new kind of like DC universe that's being, you know, built in film, of course, right? With James Gunn. So we'll see how like DC, what they do. Because I always ask these questions about like when Marvel drops a comic on Veve with a character like the Venom one that we just got today, this one right here. I'll tell you what I did with this comic as well. with this character right here, okay, with Dylan Brock. So why are they dropping this? You got to ask that question. There are millions of comics that DC and Veve and Marvel can drop on these platforms. They don't just pick them out of a hat, I don't think. They'll just close their eyes and grab a random comic and throw it up there. There's usually a reason for it, with something that they want to promote or going on. Usually on DC, we see facsimiles release in print at the comic book shop, and then we've seen them show up on DC NFT, which is now Candy. So those kind of correlate a lot. Same thing with Marvel. We've seen a lot of Marvel old school Silver Age comics come out as facsimiles, and then they show up, in on Veve, right? But these newer ones right here, they tell more of a tale about maybe where Marvel is thinking they're taking their storylines and characters that they want to, promote over time. And I think that actually with DC as well, with this comic here, this could be another one of those indicators. So we'll see what happens with that. If you actually check out on Candy the price of the bat cowls, because there's some more news with Candy and what they're planning, but we'll have to wait and see how this all develops. I'm going to talk about the Candy platform here just for a minute. There is going to be some more interesting stuff happening with Candy and the bat cowls. They mentioned interoperability again. I know they dangle that in front of us, on DC, at least for the whole time that we've been, bat cowl holders. It hasn't happened yet. So Candy's dangled it again with some more stuff that are coming up, potential ones in, like physical ones, comics in print. There's all sorts of stuff that they're kind of hinting at that we'll wait for official announcements. I don't like to really get in and talk about stuff like that until I've got an official announcement to talk about, because then we have something really to talk about. But the bat cowls themselves on the floor are sitting at $250 US. So they haven't been cheaper than this, I don't think, almost ever. And so if you want a bat cowl and you don't have one, this is probably a good time if you believe in the project and think about what they're doing. I mean, they have, $250 for some of these bat cowls right here, which are quite nice. You can see there's some decent ones that, there's not that many. There's about 4 or 5 at that range. And then it starts to creep up a little bit to 280 and all that, 290. But at some point, if they announce something big, that they'll probably sweep these up a little bit. These are obviously current holders that have a few that are like obviously looking to move some. But, the Candy platform, I'm going to do a bit of a bigger deep dive into it as time goes on here. But, they need more users, and I think they'll be fine, like over time. I've been really trying to evaluate the platform, looking at it, what I think about how this platform is going to do over time. And I really think that they actually, Candy getting the DC IP and adding it to their existing group right here of, their other stuff they have, like Major League Baseball and racing and all that stuff, and Netflix and WWE. They need to add more IP in here, and then you'll have kind of a Veve effect. You'll have a whole bunch of IPs backing up the Marvel comics, where you have on DC, on Candy, you'll have more IPs backing up the DC comics. And it's going to take what? It's going to take a year or two, a couple of years. I don't think Candy's going anywhere. I think they're going to be fine. They got Major League Baseball. They have some really cool stuff going on with that. And so once they add more, you'll get more eyes on the DC comics, because those recent legendaries that came out should be worth a lot more. I actually talked about this in a Twitter space this morning, if you guys were around. They actually, those golden age comics that they dropped recently that are very scarce, those legendaries are worth under $200 a piece, and they're, they should be worth way more than that if you look at some of the other comics they have in the app. And I think it's just a matter of getting more eyes on the project and getting more people in. Now, I think the move over is actually quite nice. The move over to Candy is really good for DC NFT, because I think the DC site was starting to kind of get really stagnant with just bat cowl fans. And now we're all over there as well. And we'll see what Candy does and moves us forward. But, what really they need to do is add, in my opinion, more IP, more selection to get more fans in. And then people will start buying those comics up. So I think it's just going to take time. I'm not worried about it at all. But if you're in the market for a bat cowl, like I am, because I sold my bat cowl right before the merge, right before the switch. I wanted to have, be liquid and have some money and stuff like that, some US dollars. And so I sold a lot of my stuff. I kept a few things for sure. but I sold my cowl. I want a new cowl, actually, something different. I held it from the beginning. So now I've been waiting to see what the price is going to be like. And these prices are actually quite juicy. I don't see one here that I actually want. I'm not really a big fan of the short-eared ones. So I'm waiting to see if there's one that I actually like. I don't mind paying above the floor, like 280 or something like that, even 300 or whatever, depending on which one it is. So I'm just waiting. But the news that they did hasn't affected the floor yet. So that's going to be really interesting. Now, I wanted to switch gears a little bit too, and I wanted to promote somebody right here that I think you need to go watch a video that just came out as well. Now, Veve Fox, is one of our best in the community for giving great, statistics and information that you can base, your buying stuff on and how you feel about how the app is doing. Now, she just came out like literally a couple of hours ago and did a 2023 year in review where she breaks down all these different stats about how Veve's doing, from user base to like buyers and sellers and all that kind of stuff. Really nice video, really easy to understand. She's got some really great stuff right here. I took a screenshot of her final thoughts, but I want you to go watch that video. You can watch it now. You can watch it later. It's up. And she just goes through the year, compares it to 2022 with percentages about like, what has risen, what has fallen. And I don't mean what value of collectibles. She's doing it more from a higher level point of view where it's like, how many users do we have? How many people are rebuying, this kind of stuff like that. And the final thoughts are quite good on this right here. There's some really good positives about retention, about how Veve is actually basically like, we have really a great core of, users and collectors who continue to buy, who continue to actually add. We have had wallets slowly dip down as time goes on, over the course of the year. So getting new users is always the key, of course, like that. That's kind of the big thing. But I really think you guys should go watch that video when you get a chance and, subscribe to her channel. She does really good stuff. Not videos every day or anything like that, but, really good content. Of course, she's on X as well. So that's a really good sign right there for sure about what stuff is happening. Like, she gives really good information for sure. Right now, just getting down to here, I would recommend, like I said, go watch that video if you get a chance right here. Now, I'm going to bring up what I also have right here to show you guys and how you guys can have a chance to win actually a nice Silver Age Superman. So today is my first rewards day back in 2024, with my Drophead NFT. So today we're giving out, 25,000 OMI to members of the channel. So I'll give you guys a chance to get a spot in this. I'm going to give another Drophead Series 3 away live right here in the live stream. And that gets you 3 spots in all my rewards, which will get you 3 spots here and my comic book rewards. So 25,000 OMI is going back out. I have the master entry list right here, which I just updated. There's 5 prizes of 5,000 OMI. And next week, when we do this again, we are going to pass 1 million OMI given out to the members of this channel who own Drophead NFT. So if you don't own a Drophead NFT, just join my channel as a member at level 1, 2, or 3. You'll get a free one. I'll send it over to you. Okay, they're on the OpenSea. And then you'll get access to these rewards. And right now on my Discord, I'll show you the Silver Age Superman that's going out. That's got really nice value on it. It's a really good one, but it's for my Discord only. So this is going out. I'll do this in a little bit right here with my, OMI rewards. And then, of course, I have my comic book rewards. So the Drophead Series 3 you'll get today in the chat if you hang out and go for it here. We'll get you 3 spots in this as well. So you might win a comic today and you might win some OMI, right? Just by joining, just by hanging out here. I've given out over 600 comics now to my members. We passed 600. And so that is a lot of physical comics. I've been to the mailbox, the post office a ton and sent a whole bunch out to you guys. So we're creating comic book collectors, physical collectors here. So I hope you guys appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. We got 5 comics going out today. Now, this is one thing I haven't talked about a little bit, so bear with me right here. If you join my channel at level 1, okay, which is $1 a month, okay, and all that money goes back into the rewards, right? You get a Drophead Series 1, okay? If you join at level 2, you normally would have gotten a Drophead Series 2, but the Drophead Series 2s are all sold out. They're all gone. So you'll get a couple of level 1s right there, which will make up for it. If you could join at a level 3 membership, you get the Drophead Series 3, the 3D ones. You'll get a zombie, right, which is what I have right now. and I have more coming, but this gives you 3 spots in all my rewards, and you get the 3D file, right? So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to give one of these away today for you guys just shortly here. But the comics, this is also Plastic Man. He's still available. He's one of the special ones. I'll talk about that later. But here's my master entry list for those comic rewards today, because we have some good stuff going on DC and everything. We're giving away Detective Comics 600. This is a milestone issue, a physical comic. This is going out. This is comic 1 going to my members right there who own drop heads, right? Comic number 2, because we've had a lot of Venom stuff going on, is Spider-Man Unlimited number 2 from 1993. This is a really nice comic. This is that whole Maximum Carnage, storyline. And this is a really good one. You can see Venom and Carnage on the cover with Spider-Man. This one's going out to my members today as well. Then I wanted to do this one because we have that What If TV series that is just wrapped up, which is really awesome. I'm just halfway through it. Here's What If Kraven Had Killed Spider-Man. So this is a comic from 1990. Good value too on a 9.8, not too bad. And this is from that comic we have in Veve, the Web of Spider-Man with Kraven, that whole storyline. This is an alternate reality where he actually kills Spider-Man. Very cool comic right there. Then we have a Bronze Age Thor, a Mighty Thor comic going out to members today. This is number 4 of the comics that are going out. This is from 1977. There's a little typo there, but it's Thor 265. And then I just added this one today, which is fun. This is Marvel Tales Spider-Man with a nice Mysterio cover. This is a reprint of Spider-Man 142. Nice key issue with Mysterio. Beautiful cover right there. So this one's going out to my members today as well, which is really cool. I will show you now the comic that's actually going to be going on my Discord. So if you are a member, you'll be able to actually get this comic on my Discord today. If you go here into my giveaways channel right here, you can see, boom, Superman number 209 from 1968. This is a Silver Age, and this is a nice comic. It's got good value at a 9.8. It's about $1,300 to $1,400 US on a 9.8. This is a raw copy, ungraded. It's not at the 9.8 level, but it's definitely a good comic. You can see there's a nice, separation between Clark Kent and Superman, but it's Silver Age, 1968. So I wanted to do a Superman comic of decent value because of the McFarlane drop to celebrate this kind of Superman selling out right here, which I love to see. I love to see digital stuff selling out. It's really cool, specifically if it's not on Veve as well, because that shows that, there are all these different platforms need to succeed if, we want the digital collecting, universe to grow. And so this is a good success, because I was a bit worried with McFarlane. A lot of their stuff has not been selling out lately, even though they've had really, really scarce drops. So that's really good that one's in there. But this comic right here is on my Discord. So if you are a member of the channel and you're in my Discord, okay, make sure you go to the giveaways, and you just have to enter right here a mint number of a drop head that you own. That's a blind box format drop head or a drop head 3. You just enter them right here. And later today, I'll do that draw right there, which is pretty cool, right? For sure. So, I have a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of fun happening. It's pretty cool. Now, if we go back to Veve right here and we look at this comic that dropped today. Now, like I said, this is a nice comic. It's pretty cool. It's not sold out, that's for sure. But I did go into the market and I picked up a 3-digit common right there. That was my thing that I wanted to get. And I'm going to show you my 3-digit commons, my full collection of those, which is actually getting quite high in numbers, actually. So this comic right here is doing okay. It's just fine. Just kind of where we thought it would be. Not sold out, but, a really beautiful comic. About 70 on that secret rare. I had it right in that range. I had it about 70, 80, somewhere around that range. So it's coming in around there. We can kind of predict these pretty well now, usually, right? Usually we can. 15 on that ultra rare, which is actually a really good price for an ultra rare for MCP status. And then this rare right here, this is the one that I'm going to pick up. I'm going to pick up a rare. I'll pick up one somewhere in this range right here. It's sitting at 780. I'd like it to be under 7, maybe 699. So I'm going to wait a little bit and pick up a rare on that one for MCP, stick it in my collection. And then, of course, the uncommon, if you want to stack up a few, is sitting at just under 2 gems right there. So that's a good price for stackability. And then there's the common right there. This is a beautiful cover. And it is an FA of a character, which is really good. So I picked up a 3-digit common in here for like $4.99, I believe. So I actually pretty happy with that one right there. If you go to my collection, you actually just go down. Look, I'm ready for Venom, by the way, and Carnage, just so you guys know. I'm going for that craft right there. I'm not messing around. But here's the comics I've been picking up lately. You can see that they're all ordered. So there's my Venom right there, number 802. And then if we just open up right here, I'll show you what I've been doing lately, which is kind of fun. Rares. Look at all my rares I've been buying, and they're all Spider-Man related just because of me as a fan of Spider-Man. I like looking at these in my collection. So I could go and pick up, cheaper rares in the market for comics. Like, we all look at the lowest priced rares. They're between 3 and 4 gems, right? And there's a whole bunch of comics in that range there for 2 points a day. So those are all simple MCP stats. So you can pick up. Probably the best deal you can get right now are these rare comics, aside from some of those pencils, those secret rare pencils, with the crafting desk, with the Disney desk. Like, I think I saw the Lion King one at like 11 or 10 gems. And that's like, what is that? Like 6 or 7 points a day, just for MCP alone. So I'm really looking at MCP. I need to boost mine up a bit. So I have been selling a couple of small comics here and there. Some Secret Wars 8. I've sold 1 or 2 here and there and traded them basically for a Spider-Man rare. So I go from a 0.5 MCP per day to a 2 MCP per day because I really need to kind of shore that up. I haven't sold any of my Amazing Fantasies yet. And that's where I really lose on MCP, is because I have that stack of Amazing Fantasies. If I liquidated those and I went all in on MCP, I would probably reach Master Collector status, you guys. That's how much I have into Amazing Fantasy and what I could actually do strategically in the app for MCP. But I love those Amazing Fantasy comics, so I don't want to sell them at all because they're my babies, right? Almost as important as Grogu. But don't worry, Grogu, you're still number 1 over there, but I still like those Amazing Fantasies. But this is what I've been doing with the rares. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing right now, if you're focusing on MCP at all, because I'm starting to more and more and more, and I want to look in my collection when I open my app, and I want to see Spider-Man. I want to see Spider-Man comics flooded in my collection. It's just the way I am. Maybe you're an X-Men fan or a Fantastic Four fan or an Avengers fan or something else. But when I open up my comic section, it's like all Spider-Man almost. And I'm absolutely loving the way it looks. Just me personally. So I picked up these rares right here, all nice and cheap. These were nice ones. This Spider-Man 14 was a pretty good one. I have 3 of the commons right there of the Miles Morales comic, including one of the one at a 3-digit level. I actually landed this uncommon Miles Morales Spider-Man comic right there, the number 1. I landed this one on the drop, number 408, as an uncommon. So I'm deciding whether or not I want to keep that because it is a 3-digit. I might sell that for a bit higher and then turn it into 2. You know what I mean? Like do the double thing, because I already have a common 3-digit, right? But this comic right here, I picked up on the drop as well, the Spider-Man rare. I bought 8 of those, like I told you guys on Tuesday, and I only managed to land a rare as a, as a higher level variant, right? I mean, I did land a few uncommons, so I did beat the odds, I guess. But this was the one. But this one actually went up high in value because, in print, this one is extremely scarce. I believe there's only like 10 of these or so. So, it's there's 600 or so here on Veve. So this one's up to almost 30 again. It went up to almost 50 gems. And then it crept back down a bit to about 22 to 24. Now it's up to about 28, 29 gems because this is actually the scarcest variant of all of the Miles Morales. This drop did really well. And there were some doubters out there. They didn't understand, I guess, but this drop did really well. And it's a really nice comic. I mean, it's so scarce. What is it? 6,000 editions on the entire lot. So, and by the way, the common over here sitting at about 5 gems or so. I think it's going to hit about 8. I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to hit about 8 or so eventually. It's just too scarce. I think people are slowly building. If you look at how many are listed in the market, it's slowly being eaten up. And so people were picking these up at 3, 4 gems over here. I sold a couple at that range too. I probably should have just held them and waited, but I actually then went and bought these rares right here. So, you do what you're going to do. But anyway, if you scroll down here, you can see what else I've done. I picked up this rare, this, Ben Riley right there, which I hadn't owned that one in a while. I used to own it before, but I hadn't owned it in a while. I picked up the Spider-Man 2099 rare. I picked up, the Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 93 rare right there. I picked up these Fallen Sons for under 4 gems each because there's Spider-Man on the cover. You can see how obsessed I am. There he is with the Rhino, and there's Black Suit Spider-Man in there. I like these 2 covers, so that was cheap. Of course, I picked up Spider-Man 2099, the rare right there in the market. Spider-Man 2, number 1. I picked that one up rare. I got the Spider-Man 1 there, of course. And then down below here, I've had these ones for a while. But these ones I was buying up earlier. You can see all these rares. These are giving me really nice points. And so I'm pretty happy with those. If you scroll down a bit further, I still have my Secret Wars stack, which I like a lot. And every now and again, I sell one here and there if the price is right, and flip it into a rare comic or two. But I'm kind of running out of Spider-Man rares now to go buy in the market. So I'm kind of just, I'm probably going to hold these ones now for a while. I still have like 40 something of those, all together. So I'm still doing pretty good on that. And then I have all my 3-digit commons down here. And then we get into like some of this. I like to show you guys what I'm doing. Then you get into my amazing fantasies, which are still right there. Pretty nice right there. So I'm pretty happy with what's going on with that, with my actual, collectibles. Okay, you can see that I'm going for Carnage right here, and I'm going to go for Venom as well. I got these two low mint posters. Those are fantastic right there. I actually I picked up the ATSD. I sold my my Lambo, my old school Lambo, and I also sold my Coca-Cola vending machine because I didn't have the variants that I want. So I actually sold the other ones because I like the red Lambo. I do, but actually I think I want to move up to the blue one, the light blue one. And for the Coca-Cola vending machine, actually the one that's the most favorite for me is just the basic one from the 1990s, because that's the one that I grew up with. Every time I see it in the marketplace, it brings back nostalgia because I actually bought from that. I did buy the one, I did have I got the 1950s one, right? That was the one I got, is the 1950s one. Yeah. The rare, right? I got that one on the drop. The 1970s one is pretty scarce as well, for sure. But that 1980s, 1990s one, I think it's 80s actually. That one is the one that I actually bought the most pop from. So I kind of want to add that one, even though it's not worth as much. But if you have the secret rare on that, Coca-Cola vending machine, I mean, that is another super scarce one that you might want to pay attention to for sure. But this is what I'm doing. I'm going after Carnage and Venom, 100%, no doubt about it. Now in the store coming up right here, we do have the Happy Tree Friends. I won't be participating in that because I don't have the set, but I think it's nice at 6 gems, to get these backdrops. That's a really good price if you have the set, but I don't have the set, so I won't be doing that one. But this Batman Who Laughs drop here. Now, I did this video, okay? So I want to talk about this Batman Who Laughs a little bit more. These ones right here, and you can see the prices at 25, 25, and 40. And then, of course, you get the metal emblem right here. Now, I really broke this down. I was looking for a lot of this. I was looking for information and inspiration from you guys to see what you guys thought about this. And I did a lot of thinking about this before I put my video review out. And I think my video review out, it makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Sometimes, the price predictions go a little bit, off in left field, but you try to do your best. I'm having trouble price predicting these ones, for sure, but my thought about if this is worth going for in the store, if you have the gems. So I personally, this is just my opinion about it. I personally think that it is worth going for if you add up the price of 115 gems for all 4, and then you get the free emblem on top, which is probably going to be worth about 30 to 40 gems. Now, the only way you get the free emblem is if you buy them from the store, right? So you have to spend the 115. Everyone's going to go for the secret rare Robin first at 25. I mean, these are great prices. A secret rare at 25 gems. Think about that. If you're in the marketplace and you're looking for a Veve collectible and it is a secret rare, 25 gems is a good price on a secret rare. It just is, no matter the edition size or not, because you do get the MCP. And of course, it looks cool. It's Dark Robin. Now, I know people wanted this to be even scarcer. That's the feedback that I'm getting, that I see on Twitter and X and all that kind of stuff, is that they wanted it to be less amounts available. But I think it's just fine because they're just going to get rid of the rest. Like in terms of this, this metal emblem right here, they're just going to get rid of the rest that actually don't sell. We have till February, right? So at 25 and then another 25 and then another, so at 75 gems, you're getting 3 of these Dark Robins with the base that connect. Now, if you don't like the base in your showroom, just shrink it down. Just move it down a little bit using the up and down, and he'll stand on the floor and you won't see the base. And by the way, if you guys are looking for really fun ideas in the market, sorry, not in the market, but in the showroom, let me just show you really quickly right here, my Instagram page. Now, I am no master vault builder or anything like that. Okay, you guys, I'm just a basic dude with basic skills, you know, but my little thing right here that I did with bases, I thought was pretty fun. So like what you can do is you can take the base. This up here is the base of the bat, you know, the bat signal. This right down here is the base of the Thanos gauntlet, okay? And you just flip them upside down and you can do little platforms and stuff like that. So if you don't like bases on your collectibles, it's fine, right? All you got to do right here in the Veve app is you just, if you put them in your showroom, you just, you know, hide the base under the floor and you can't see it and he'll just be standing there. And then you could match these guys up with the Batman Who Laughs that already exists in Veve for 25 gems, like the actual FA. And you can have some fun with it too. And you can play around. And, you know, some people wanted this one to be actually sold as a statue, like solid all together. Okay. I actually like this better. I actually like that it's separate because now you can have some fun with the individual collectibles. You can move them around. So I'm not a huge fan of bases on collectibles on Veve. I'd rather them be baseless, but you could just hide it under the floor and then in your showroom, you don't have to worry about the base. And if you flip it over, you can actually do some cool stuff with the base itself, using it as a bit of a prop, right? So there's some advantages to it that I'm starting to appreciate a little bit more. And the fact that you can separate them and move them around and maybe just get one of them. Maybe you just want to use Dark Robin right here on some sort of display on one of them, and you don't want to have the whole entire statue like one of those battle statues, you know, those, you know, full-on statues. Maybe you just want to have the Batman Who Laughs by himself, right? So I do like that it's separate and all that stuff. And at 115 gems in the store, and then you get the free emblem, I think it's definitely worth it. Now, if you buy in the aftermarket because you don't want to spend 115 gems, you know, most likely they're going to be below, like, you know, below the retail cost on some of these, except for the Secret Rare. I think the Secret Rare Dark Robin 1 will be above retail, but the other guys probably will be a little bit below, maybe 18, you know, on those Dark Robins. I can't imagine them going under 10 right there, but maybe they could go under 10 gems. They look too good to me to be under 10 gems for sure, but they could, you never know. But the Batman Who Laughs, probably 25 or so. You know, that was my thought right there, 25 to 30. So if you actually add that up, let's just say each of these Dark Robins is 15. Okay, so 15, 15, that's 30. Plus, I would say on that Secret Rare, let's be conservative and say 40. Okay, so that's 70 gems right there. And then if you go for Batman Who Laughs right there, and he's 25, that's 95 gems in the aftermarket. Now, then you don't get the emblem because you have to get them from the store. So the how much does the emblem have to be worth in order for you to break even? Well, if it's 95 plus 115, that's 20 gems. Do you guys think that the emblem is going to be worth less than 20 gems? No, it's not. It's going to be worth more than 20 gems. So this is actually priced very well, if you actually think about it, in my opinion. Now, if they drop lower, Dark Robin 2 and 3 drop to like 6 or 7 gems, well, okay, then you're talking like maybe just buy it in the aftermarket if you want to complete the set, but you won't get the emblem, right? So, you know, you have to buy that from the store. So I actually think this is priced just fine. Now, the only thing is that the feedback like that we got is that if people, if there was less editions on this one, then people would be a little bit more, you know, happier to go after it because there would be less to go around, more scarce, a little bit better off in that regard, you know. But I do think that over time, these are scarce. Like if you think about the edition sizes on these, they are pretty scarce. I mean, Batman Who Laughs FA, there's 16,000 of him. So you know that these are scarce. I think it's just in this particular given time that we are in Veve, even at like, you know, 1,100 editions, okay, 1,100 editions on the Secret Rare, right, of the Dark Robin 1, that's like too much, but it actually is really scarce, right? So, you know, there's probably going to be about 300 or 400 of these emblems, you know. But that was my breakdown in the video. Once you really think about it, I think it's actually a good price in the market. But we'll see what you guys think and if you guys want to go after it or not. Now, like I said, this guy right here, is got to be one of the biggest lottery picks that we have had in a long time on Veve. Okay, so like people were spending $150 to buy this statue right here. okay, to go after one that was worth that was only 50 editions of it. And of course, the David Yu #1 mint, bounty, obviously, help sell these, right? And you get the physical, which is cool. But there's 50 of those. Okay, I know the Bond card, there's 7 of them. I know that. But at 20 editions of this, and then actually it's 16 because they hold 4 back, you are actually looking at like a complete like lottery ticket here. It's going to be worth a few thousand. Like, let's just say conservatively, it's worth 50. Let's say it's worth 1,500 gems if you land it. And say you don't want it, you don't care about Matt Gundek's art. It looks really cool. I like it. Let's say you don't care about it. You just want the gems. Well, spend 50. The ultra rare is probably going to be worth about 35 or so. So are you willing to spend 15 to 20 gems to pull the roll of the dice, so to speak? If everyone agrees that the ultra rare, I believe it's an ultra rare, is going to be like 35 gems in the aftermarket. I think a lot of people are throwing that number around. I don't know. I hope it's closer to retail because there's only 800 and something of them with 60 held back. So there's like 828 of those. So that's actually really scarce. And it's a cool piece because it's like, it looks like Homer Simpson, of course, Now, this also counts that you also get the physical if you win the secret rare, which is rad because these soft vinyl toys, these hand painted soft vinyls are really like, they're quite expensive and sought after, and have a Matt Gondak 1 of 20. And by the way, there's that one extra one in there that has all 3 colors. So you could get this secret. This is going to happen for someone. Somebody's going to land the secret rare here. Okay. Then they're going to get that 1 of 1 painted one where there's all 3 colors on it. So that's going to happen for someone. Someone's going to get it. Is it going to be you? Is it going to be me? I don't know, but I think this one is definitely a no-brainer to go for. Just my opinion. You guys let me know what you think about that one for sure. But let's get to the chat. I've talked long enough, and then we'll get to my rewards. And, I'll give you guys a chance to win these comics I'm giving out today. But let me know what you think about all the stuff we're talking about. And, did you go after the McFarlane? Did you get one of these today? Because we covered this at the beginning. Are you buying the Disney Pinnacle pins, these limited ones, okay? Or are you just going for the Star Wars stuff or going in the store? Look at Ham right there, by the way. Look at Ham from Toy Story. Isn't that cute? Are you, what do you think that, excuse me, what do you think Crypt Toys is going to announce? Because Will's teasing stuff right here. Do you think the DC, the candy marketplace, do you think the back cows are going to rise up in value with some of their news about interoperability that they put in front of our face again? By the way, interoperability does not drive prices in digital collecting space right now as much as we want it to. It certainly doesn't. So they're going to have to do more than just interoperability on your back cowl for people to really come in here. We see that in McFarland. Okay. They're fully interoperable and they look great, but this is the only one that's sold out in the last little while. So that's not the main go-to factor right there. And then, like I said, I will cover this comic Batman Beyond in an upcoming video. And I also, just a touching base again, watch Veve Fox's 2023 year in review. Very good video. Nice final thoughts right there. She breaks down a lot of cool stuff, gives you all the kind of stats that we're looking at right here. But let's get to the chat, you guys. It's Michael. How you doing? Great to see you. Thanks for coming out. You're usually like #1 in my chat right here the last bit. And Christopher, you guys are battling for first comments. I'm going to have to give some sort of prize or reward for first comments coming up as we go along here, because I really appreciate you guys showing up so early above. How you doing, Roman? Great to see you. Hey, MC, how's it going? Superman dropped today. Yeah, I covered that. We talked about it right here. Sold out. It sold out fast. I couldn't buy any, so I had to get one from the secondary market. It's cool. Very happy with the piece. Yeah, we'll check the secondary market in just a little bit here and see where it's going. There's the 3 variants of it, right? So very cool if you got one of those. If you were one of the physical holders. Hinano, how you doing? Good morning, drop heads. If it ain't Raiden's in the house, look, it's Ronnie with the yo-yo-yos. Hopefully, Ronnie, you're still hanging out. Sorry I didn't get to the chat a little bit earlier, but thanks for coming out today and with bringing the yo-yo-yos like you always do. Delco dudes in the house. How you doing? There's Bob Sales. Just watched your most recent video, guys. If you haven't gone over to Bob Sales channel, check it out. Very nice video, of course. Lots of good thoughts on lots of different topics, as always. So thanks for doing that. As always, Brian, how you doing? Definitely going for the Gone deck. Yeah. I mean, roll the dice, my friends. Slider, how you doing? A member for 22 months. Thank you so much for the support. I do have my old school member rewards, which actually, if you look at my Discord right here, scroll down right here. So I will have another prize for you guys coming up soon. Here's my old school member rewards for people who have been members for longer than 6 months. I will have another prize for you guys very shortly, so stay tuned on my Discord if you're a longtime member. And if you're a member of the channel at whatever level, 1, 2, 3, whatever, if you pass that 6-month threshold, which, I super appreciate it if you do, you qualify for these old school member rewards, right? Which is kind of fun. Look at this dude right here. He's been around forever. So, and by the way, I mentioned that in case you just showed up in my giveaways, go to Discord if you're a member of the channel, if you're in there, because you can win this Silver Age Superman later today. Like, this is in my Discord right here. I'm going to give someone a chance to win that today too. So that's actually all there. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming out and all the positive vibes you bring as well. Hinana, Superman sold out in 33 seconds. That was pretty damn good. I mean, we haven't had them sell out a lot on McFarland lately, so that's a good sign. You have too many Stormtrooper pins. You're building an army over on Pinnacle. I know you are. TH, how you doing? Hey, MC, just to note, you didn't need to just have purchased the physical. If you held the San Diego Comic-Con Superman or the digital Superman 1000, you had other A-lists and also other allow lists were at the same time. Yeah, so there was a lot going on. It's true. Thanks, TH. I know a lot of the physical buyers went and snagged this one up pretty quick, but yeah, there was a few different criteria that I covered in the last live stream as well. So obviously that worked well. And there was multiple that you could buy. So it went really good right there. Michael, there we go. Gary, how you doing? Great to see you. Batman Beyond. Yeah, man, that's cool. That comic that's coming up right there. That's going to be fun. I'll cover that for sure. Reprint. Well, it's not a reprint because it's in digital format. But yes, I hear you. But there might be a facsimile. I'm going to check my local comic book shop and see if this has come out as a facsimile because DC does that a lot with their drops, right? For sure. Yeah, I'm excited either for sure. Hinano, did I pick up a new bat cowl? I have not bought a new bat cowl yet. I talked about this. You probably saw it. I'm looking at the prices, $250 for a bat cowl. And with that recent announcement and news, and they're teasing us, Candy's teasing us with some stuff. I like solid news, though. I'm going to wait. I don't want to wait too long because, if their news gets bigger, even with their news, their back cowl floor didn't rise yet. So there's time for me to buy the one I want. I'm going to find a better one. Like I said, I sold mine before the merge just to have that cash. So I'll do it right there for sure. I sold my short-eared cowl to buy comics, picked up a rare Batman 1. Nice on the Batman 1. That's a great comic right there for sure. Yeah, I got to get another one back. So I held mine from Mint Day, you guys. I was as loyal as it gets. I'll get another one. I'm not worried about it. Christopher, Candy's getting new updates. Yeah, we'll find out what those are. They're teasing some stuff. Interoperability. That's not going to drive the price up, unfortunately, for anybody who thinks that interoperability is going to drive the price up. It does not. People don't seem to care as much in this digital collecting space, but it is important for sure. But it certainly does not dictate whether or not something is successful. At least that's what we've seen so far. D, how you doing? Great to see you. Excited for the big announcements that Candy dropped. I know. Lots of cool stuff, possibly physical bat cowls, possibly printed comics, interoperability, all that stuff. Doctor Strange is in the house. Great to see you. Thanks for coming out again, my man. I hope to talk to you really soon. Thanks for coming out for sure. If it ain't raining, Dark Robins would have been better without the bases, so you could stack them on top of each other. Yeah, I do know what you mean by that. You can sink them below the floor, like I said, to eliminate the base so you don't have to see it in your showroom. But yeah, it's still stuck there. So stacking them and doing it, you do lose a little bit of the ability on that one for sure. I do prefer collectibles without a base, but you can eliminate it. But I did show, like I said, in my, where is it? My Instagram, my little Instagram feed, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I'll follow you back, just so you know. Just go over there. And I have like, I don't know, 3,500 followers or something on Instagram. So I don't post a ton on Instagram. I used to go post on Instagram all the time. Like Instagram was my go-to social for the whole time I owned my toy store and before that, because that's where I was selling toys and doing all sorts of stuff. Once I switched over to Veve and doing a lot of this stuff, I've been more on X, formerly Twitter, of course. And I don't use Instagram as much, but it's still quite active. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I'll follow you back. And then we can I can see what you post daily and all that kind of stuff. I actually have to check out Facebook again and see how the Veve fam is doing on Facebook. I did that in the early days, but I'm not going to lie. I did not get a very warm reception on Facebook in the early days when I was making videos. People trashed me. I can take it though, guys. I got tough skin, but it was really interesting. I would post the link to my YouTube video early on Facebook, and I would get I get my ass kicked in the comments section. I don't know why. People didn't like it, I guess. But it's been mostly positive. I'm just kidding around, of course, right here. But yeah, I do like, with the base right there. Not sure how you doing. Great to see you today. JKRB. Thanks for coming out. Good to see you today as well, for sure, in the chat. That's great. If it ain't right now, I'm willing to spend the cash for Big Trouble for sure. Yeah. 50 gems to throw. If you land one of these, and by the way, they're just cool. I mean, I want to see what I want to see from the Matt Gondek stuff is like what they're doing, with some of the other collectibles we have. If you hit the store right here, the Happy Tree Friends are getting utility if you own the set. That's nice. Did you guys notice that on Veve in particular, the last bunch of drops, all utility based, London Police, Happy Tree Friends, Batman Who Laughs, of course, the Disney desk, the comic crafting. I mean, all this stuff is starting to add up. It's like all these drops are really elevating, in regards to what you get and the value for your dollar. I mean, remember back in the day, we had no utility whatsoever, hardly any crafting events, and now I know that, we know that they're still trying to find the sweet spot for these crafting events. And whether what the price should be and how many editions they should be. So this one, the feedback is too many editions, we've heard, but I still think it's actually well worth it, as we've talked about it right here. So Sour D, I wonder how much the secret rare will go for, since the physical only goes to whoever gets it on drop. I know. It's going to be nuts. If you want one of the most scarce collectibles that are going to exist in the Veve platform, this is going to be it. This is going to be one of them. And then get that physical, which, stands about this tall or so. The physical, it's actually a good size. It's going to be fun. Not sure. 50 gems is a bit too much, hey? Yeah, the scarcity is good, though, on that one for sure, right? So if it ain't raining, can't do the pins either. Yeah, you guys can't get in on the Pinnacle. They should open up the door, get more people in for sure. But, like I said, Dapper Labs has a huge track record. They're actually based in Vancouver, Canada. Did you guys know that? So they're not that far from where I live. I don't live in Vancouver, but they're actually not far. And actually, they're very successful. They've done a lot of really good stuff. So it is a Dapper Labs initiative with Disney IP. It's not a Disney initiative. It's a Dapper Labs initiative with using Disney's IP for sure. So if you look at what Dapper Labs history and what they do, Pinnacle should be fine. They are pins, right? So, but people seem to like them. I like them. So hopefully they get more people in. Pasternak, how you doing? MC's the greatest. You're the greatest. Thanks for coming out. You got to change your PFP, though. I don't like that Boston Bruins stuff you got going on. Sorry, I'm still bitter over 2011 for if you're a hockey fan, you know what I'm talking about. But this is the year. Canucks, Bruins in the final. My Canucks are killing it. Anyway, nobody wants to talk about that, but we'll talk, if you want to talk about that, we'll talk about that off my live stream right there. Mo knows, how you doing? Sup, MC in chat. Hope everyone has been well. I've been really well, just so you know, like last week I was actually sick, so I wasn't able to live stream, but it's been fun coming back and talking to you guys again. And we have lots to talk about. I mean, so much good stuff. Like I said, if you're just tuning in, You know, we covered McFarland. They sold out. Okay, right off the top, we're going to talk about all this stuff right here. Pinnacle, we talked about these pins, and of course the revolving store, which Cryptoys needs. Then we talked about Cryptoys. They're teasing something big. Will is teasing something. Keep your eyes open on what's going on there. You know, watch the ambassadors. They're doing a great job. Of course, I showed you what's going on in my backpack on Cryptoys right there. You know, just to jump over, I just wanted to, this is the stuff we talked about. We talked briefly about Batman Beyond. We talked about the Bat Cows and some of the stuff going on Candy that they're doing. I want you guys to watch Veve Fox's video, like I said, 2 hours ago. And she's got a really good final thoughts on that. So those are the stuff we covered so far, and this one as well. Ronnie's still here. Yo. There we go. Roman, a 21-month member. Thank you so much. Old school rewards. Yeah, stay tuned on my Discord for some more old school rewards. It's going to be fun. And Kryptoni, you as well. Thank you, too, for being a member for so long. I really appreciate you, as always. A nice Batcal PFP, by the way. Got a rare on Veve on the comic today. And got a Superman on McFarlane. Nice collectible day. Also bought another Batcal. You're just killing it with the digital collectibles today. See, this is the thing. We have all these different cool platforms and ways to collect, and they all need to move up and prop up. As I've always been saying, you know, they all need to like move up and support. I know it's all of us. It really is all of us in all these different platforms. And, you know, I like to see people who are just focused on, say, like Candy or DC NFT to buy over on Veve and buy Pinnacle if they get let in, you know, or Cryptoys or crossover, and just get the stuff you really enjoy. Like, you know, that's why in my collection on Veve right here, when I was showing my collection earlier, all my comics that I'm going after, I could get cheaper MCP on these rares. I've been buying a lot of rares. I talked about this. If you're just tuning in, I went through my collection really closely here about half an hour ago. I've been buying all Spider-Man rares just because, I mean, look at, I don't know if you guys are a Spider-Man fan. I mean, who isn't? But look at how that looks. Is that not cool? I don't know. I mean, like, right? I mean, all these Spider-Man covers, I just love them. They just look great. I mean, he's my favorite superhero. So I like scrolling through. I don't know if you guys do it that way as well, but I like scrolling through my collection and seeing stuff I really like looking at. I have a hard time buying anything in Veve or any other platform that I don't really like, you know, just because it's, say, valuable or scarce or it's a good buy or good pickup. I have a hard time picking it up and looking at it every day when I open the app. And like, you know, one thing that I'd like Veve to do, and this is another little video that I'm going to do in the next, probably next week or so, is my suggestions for the app. And I don't mean like, MCP, interoperability, OMI to NFT. I don't mean any of that stuff because obviously I'm talking about like little features they could add. One of the things that I would like to see on the mobile app is the ability to kind of like customize your collection screen and move stuff around. Because when I open up my collection screen, I always see the most recent purchases. You know what I mean? And that's fine because usually it's stuff I like. But I would like to open that up and I'd like to see like my Miles Morales right there. You know, when I go to my collection, you know, in the tab right there on your phone, I like to see like, you know, Miles Morales in there. I know you go to your profile and you can like, you know, customize your profile page, but I like, you know, little suggestions like that. I have a lot more that I'll suggest, and I'll put that in a video for sure. Right. Not your interoperability, of course, is important. I want to put my stuff on a screen. Yeah, it's definitely important. 100%. It does not dictate success or price. We've seen this happen. It's really fascinating. You know, it's super fascinating that there's this big push on a lot of people for interoperability and pure Web3, and, you know, anything else is just not good enough. And that's the success factor that some people have been chiming about for months and months and months. And, you know, you can't say that they're like wrong. And, you know, who doesn't want, you know, full ownership and all that kind of stuff, of course. But at the same time, we've seen example after example where it's not the factor that determines whether something is successful or not. It's bigger than that. It's community, it's IP, it's all sorts of things built in, you know, and then the functionality of Web3 and ownership and, you know, interoperability and, self-custody and all that stuff, and the ability to sell on multiple marketplaces. That stuff is all the purest form of Web3, what, most of us in crypto have gotten into it for. But that is not determining the fact that's not the determining factor of success. It hasn't shown that to be, which is really interesting. And this is coming from a lot of people in crypto. I think because collectors, aren't as much worried about the crypto side of things. And I do think that the crypto communities in general are mostly made up of like flippers and people who are trying to make money. And we saw this happen with the Steamboat Willies at drops that happened, the Steamboat Willies on OpenSea, how everyone was like, oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. And then the next day they all like dumped because, people are flipping, and it's just the game. It's just part of the game. It's fun. It's just, if you make money on that, I did a big tweet about that while I was in Mexico on holiday. I was like, congrats to everybody who made a lot of money on day one, and congrats to everyone who will make money on day 2 and 3. Now, if you go on OpenSea and you look at the Steamboat Willie projects, there's the one PFP project that's actually doing okay. Not the original day one that everyone was making all this noise about and getting all mad about and talking about how, nobody cares about that one. It's dumped like crazy because, it's just a flipping thing, right? It's just people trying to make some money off of it, which is completely fine. I love it. But it's not the end all be all. It's really interesting. And we're just reacting to what is actually happening. This is not my opinion. This is literally just reacting to what is happening in the digital collecting space. We just react, to what goes on. So Kryptoni, been out of the loop. How do I get the OG rewards? So Kryptoni, if you're on my Discord, make sure that you're just in there. And, I believe you're in my Discord, right? If not, just DM me. I'll get you back in there. And, to win some of the comics and prizes and stuff, that's for sure, right? Not sure. Can they be merged to the one we know? If you're talking about these guys here, in the store, then, not like officially merged, but these guys all kind of fit together for sure, right? Elmon X is a sleeping giant. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about that too. Thank you so much, Kryptoni, for bringing that up. So Elmon X, if I actually just go to my email right here and I just go Elmon X right here, they are doing some great stuff. And by the way, they just announced an ambassador. Who's the ambassador just announced? Being Real, is he the ambassador now? Because that's really cool if they're starting an ambassador program for sure, right? Elmon X, the universe, Zoobs Ansari right here. So Elmon X Universe. Elmon X Universe is 100 centimeter by 100 centimeter mixed media artwork by British contemporary artist Zoobs Ansari, created using digital archival print of the Elmon X logo, dry mounted on wood. The piece is embellished with a black and white oil-based paint. So, if you watch this little video right here, they're doing lots of great stuff as well. They got all sorts of stuff going. This is going to be a nice piece right here that comes out. The trip to Egypt. Someone want a trip to Egypt. So Elmon X, there's another project that we'll talk about. We'll keep going. I did a recent video on that with their whole thing, with their trip to Egypt and everything. That was really cool. And we'll see how they continue to move things along for sure, right? So I'm going to keep this guy up on screen because this is the one where we're focusing on right here. There you go, Krypton. D1 MC will announce more OG rewards for anyone for members 6 months. Yeah. So it's just people who have been members for a long time. I actually did one already, Kryptoni. It's on my Discord here, down here. Okay, this is old school member rewards. It's just in my Discord. You just enter in there how long you've been a member. And I already done a prize right there, so I'll do another one. So that one's pretty fun right there. But like I said, I do have my giveaways and my drop heads today. So this guy's on my Discord, the Silver Age Superman, and I have my comic rewards. I'll give you guys that drop head 3 very shortly here. Vil, the Batman, FAC. There you go. The Batman facts. What does that mean right there? Sorry if I missed understanding what you have to say. The doctor's in the house again. Another doctor. Just got out of a meeting. Great to be here. Thanks so much for coming, man. I really appreciate that. We got a couple of doctors in the house. Painful Monkey's in the house. Painful Monkey is our all-time leader for OMI rewards on my Discord. Check it out right here. If you go to OMI rewards, who's going to knock off Painful Monkey right here? Look at this. Painful Monkey is our all-time OMI rewards leader. I don't know if you guys can see that, but 79,000 OMI won as a drop head holder. So maybe you'll win another 5,000 today because my rewards go up. But Painful Monkey, thanks for being such a big drophead whale. And hopefully those, hopefully that OMI reaches $1 one day, or even 10 cents. If OMI reaches 10 cents or even a penny, you're going to be doing just fine with these rewards. We're going to hit 1 million next week, so it's fun. So hopefully you win another one there, Painful Monkey. But thanks for coming out to the chat today. I really appreciate you 100%. Not sure. I would have gone in when they would have let me on start with the Pinnacle. Now I don't even want to go into Pinnacle. I would get in there. It's going to be fun. Hopefully, you don't feel that way once they let you in. But I don't know why, not everybody's in there yet. I guess they're just staggering it, but I'm not really sure. For sure. I waited a long time to finally get access, but even now that I have access, I'm not going crazy. Definitely didn't go for the village drop today. This is for Pinnacle. We'll see what I can get when the marketplace opens. Yeah, that's the thing about it. There is no rush. There's no panic on any of this stuff. It's all here. I'm not going for these because of the price point. It's okay, but other people will, and I think they look amazing. But this is where I think the best value is the revolving storefront and the little capsules for $10, and they're $10 for me, right? So I think they're a little bit cheaper if you're from the US. So yeah, this is where you get, look, I pointed out this Chewy right here. Chewy, this is a more scarce Chewy, so you don't have to blind box it. $14.95. You can spend the extra $5, get a Chewy. They don't have the scarcest ones in here, but this little revolving store has been great. And I keep mentioning it, but Cryptoys needs to do this for sure at some point, or, something like it where I can go into the market and I can actually buy from Cryptoys, because this is not buying from another user. This is buying from the company and minting it. So I like that. I like the option to be able to do that. Just different functions, different companies. It's all good for sure, right? TH, looks like London Police will have a physical print that will come with a digital version for those going to the France crypto event. Yeah, man, that France event's going to be lots of fun. And actually, I want to give a shout out to O'Milly. I'm not sure if O'Milly's probably hosting a Twitter space right now, but if you go to David Yu, okay, this is really cool right here. Go to David Yu. Okay. And this is the actual David Yu right here. There's been a few other David Yus. Okay. But if you scroll down right here, this is really cool. So O'Milly, O'Milly from, from Twitter and hosting all those spaces and everything, got a shout out from David Yu. Check it out. Dan and I are trading hobbits because, they're in New Zealand for berets in just 7 days. Thrilled to embark on a European adventure with the Veve fam, showcasing the Veve je ne sais quoi. Thanks to O'Milly Tees for the artistic touch. And you can see he put them in like berets with French stuff. It's actually pretty fun. So good job, O'Milly, of getting a shout out from David himself. And it's going to be really fun to see what happens in France. What are they going to drop? And yeah, the London Police. I mean, so that London Police drop on Veve, if you go to my channel, because I was talking about Veve Fox right there, right? So make sure you watch her review video. I don't get any kickback for that. I just want you to watch it because it's a good video. If we scroll down here and what did I do right here? The top 10 drops of 2023, I did 3 weeks ago. See this video over here on the side? So I covered the London Police in that as one of the top drops of the year, just on pure performance. Okay, so what I did in that video is I did collectible drops, and I did one for comics as well, but I did one for collectible drops, and the criteria was that they all had to be really close to retail or over retail. There's only one in there that I featured in there that wasn't over retail, all of them, and that was the Luke Skywalker. But I think we can all say that that's one of the best drops of 2023 because just the rare is just a little bit under retail, just a bit under, but the rest of it is just killing it. But the London Police is one of the drops I put in there because all of them did amazingly well. They're all over retail. And now we see the utility aspect that's kicking in for the artists, right? So that's a year in review video I did right there. I did one for comics as well down here. If you want to try, and by the way, these are not opinion videos. Those videos are literally looking at how they performed in the market. So the comic ones, they all had to be over retail as well. Every single variant, at the time of the video. So this top 10 right here, those are all the best comics that dropped. and how they performed in the aftermarket. Okay. Now there's variants in all comic drops that do really well, like the secret rares and stuff. And there's individual variants that do really well in the market on Veve and on DC as well. That we can say are successful. But when the whole entire thing is successful, like a Secret Wars 8, I mean, that comic, the whole thing is done really well. Then that made it onto this list right here. So that's pretty cool. So you can check that out. But the London Police I covered in there because they did such a good job, and now they're just adding more. So we're going to see how that comes for sure, right? Not sure. We have hope. That's the thing, but it never comes. We got betrayed hard. Well, I think my expectations aren't the same as some other people's expectations, but, we are waiting on a lot of stuff for Veve. So, we're still waiting on things, and I'm just a patient guy. So hopefully we get what we want over time, and they're able to, fulfill and succeed for sure. Right. So Evolved, how you doing? Great to see you today. Thanks for coming out to the chat. I saw your tweet about this drop right here, and how you don't think it's quite as worth it. So that's cool, man. Like, I appreciate your opinion on it too. So I factored that into when I was making my opinions about it as well. So I really appreciate your opinions on it too. If you're not following Evolve, make sure you do. He did a nice opinion about this one as well on his X page. You can check out, because it's all about getting as much feedback as you can so we can all decide what we want to do, right? So I really appreciate that. And you're a member for 13 months. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. That means a ton. It's been 13 months. I know it's just over a year. Time flies when we're having fun, but thank you once again, man. And of course, if you guys aren't subbed to his channel, make sure you are. Another nice video you put out the other day where you shared all your thoughts. It was really in depth. I really appreciated that for sure. Pixel Trader, how you doing? Great recap. So much going on in the space. Yeah, there's a lot going on. But isn't that the best, that there's a lot going on? I mean, we always got something to talk about, It's been fantastic so far this year, So Painful got mad drop heads. Yeah, I know. Painful Monkey's got a few. He's got a few, and he's reaping the rewards from it for sure, right? So not sure. I think Cryptos maybe announces today the market open soon. That would be cool if they announce a market open. Then I can go after that Yoda. That Yoda that people got. So we'll see what happens. But Roman, Painful Monkey is an Omi King of Apes. Congrats. Yeah, he's doing pretty good right there. He's doing pretty good on this app for sure, right? So $10, yeah, $6.95 for US. So yeah, that's on Pinnacle. So it converts it to Canadian currency because I'm a Canadian. I'm in Canada, so that's why it says 10. So it's about the same and equivalent for sure. But 10 does feel like more. So when I see that $69.99 on those limited ones, it hits a bit harder than maybe 54 or something like that. What is it showing up for you guys? Like 50 something. So it hits a little bit harder, even though if you think about buying power, inflation and all that, currency comparisons, our Canadian dollar is not worth as much as the US dollar, for sure. Right. So if I go down to the United States, which I do a lot, and, visit and travel and see friends, my money goes a little bit further. I notice, especially if I go to Oregon, I don't pay any sales tax there because I'm on the West Coast. So if I go down to Oregon and I go and hang out in Portland and other places that I love, I don't pay sales tax, which is pretty cool too. And then, I do notice that, depending on where I shop, I'm able to buy a little bit more for less for sure. And so, but whatever, it says $9.99 for me for sure. Right. So have you all seen Nifty Island? I have not. I'm definitely gonna have to check some of that out. Hinanu, honestly, the Star Wars FA pins is the only thing that interests me about Pinnacle. Regardless of if anyone feels Chewie Hans and the Stormtroopers are FA on Pinnacle. Yeah, they are. They're on the Flow blockchain, are they not? So they're on Dapper. And I don't have the Chewie and the Han yet. I haven't bought those ones yet, but of course I got the Stormtrooper, obviously. And I went for the first two drops right there. So my little Disney Pinnacle collection is looking pretty good. And I will round it out. I'm just looking at that revolving store right now. And because I can pick up that Chewie, I think pretty soon it'll switch over on the next one, for the next round of revolving store. So I'm gonna pick up those for sure if I can, right? So Painful Monkey, thanks. I won the 2022 Omi Year Grand Prize. That's right. That was 50,000 Omi you won that time. That was great. Congrats. That pushed you to the top for sure. But you've been winning in the weekly ones as well. Excuse me. Kryptoni had to get the Chewie pin, my favorite Star Wars character. I passed on the villains. Yeah, the Chewie pin's a good one. And Han. I want to see them on Veve. I want to see them in Cryptoys. More Star Wars. Oh, by the way, this is kind of interesting. So up in Canada, we have this dollar store called Dollarama. And I don't know if you guys have that in the States. There's tons of dollar stores, but Dollarama is actually a really big chain. And this is Star Wars related in case you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about. But Dollarama is a really big chain, okay? And so what you get, they have a toy section. And in that toy section, sometimes you get some good stuff that I guess, didn't sell that well in like a Toys R Us or a Walmart or I don't know. They obviously pick stuff up, overstock or, stuff that hasn't sold that great. And they bring it into Dollarama and they sell it for cheaper. So you can pick Star Wars toys and things like that. You can get stuff for $5 in there. So yesterday, okay, I don't know why I was in Dollarama and just for Star Wars toys, because I always search there. I have my places I go for physical toys and stuff. And they had like a 2015, 2016 Force Awakens, the movie, Millennium Falcon, the little mini medium-sized one. And I don't know why they showed up there again. That I remember I bought lots of those. I actually bought, with my account when I had my store, I actually had them on my shelf, and I was selling them in my own store from Hasbro and all that. And so, but they showed up yesterday, like at Dollarama, like they're like 8 years old and they're brand new in the box and everything. I don't know what they must have been like in some warehouse somewhere in the back room. And then they found them. And then Dollarama was like, oh, let's send a bunch out. So, they're like these little mini Millennium Falcons. They're about this big. They're not very detailed, but they're pretty cool. So I picked up a couple. And if Veve drops a Millennium Falcon, okay, so just stay tuned on the channel for some prizes. So I'm just going to tell you that, okay? I'm just going to tell you that. Stay tuned on the channel because I will be hooking people up with Falcons. But if they when they add the Millennium Falcon to Veve, I mean, this whole place is going to explode. So I don't know what Cryptoys is going to do if they're going to add like vehicles one day. That would be rad. And of course Disney Pinnacle, if they come out with like a Millennium Falcon pin or some like why wouldn't Disney Pinnacle come out with like vehicle pins for Star Wars stuff? I mean, it's endless possibilities, right? So we'll see what happens right there. Kryptoni had to get the Chewie pin. Like, yeah, for sure. Just like you said. Evolved, yeah, man. Thank you for everything as well. I appreciate it. Crazy how much engagement that got from my initial reaction of the medium. Woke up a lot of fudders. Yeah, that was for your take on this, right? And that's okay, man, because that's your initial reaction. And, I appreciated it. I factored it into what I was thinking about this as well. Because, when I see the artwork, I go, oh, but then you look at the numbers, you really want to see how everyone's thinking about it for sure. So after what Tails and a few others said, my reactive thoughts are humbled. If you're willing, would you be up for an interview sometime? Yeah, man, just hit me up. We'll definitely chat. I'd love to talk to you. That'd be fun. I'm just getting back into things this year. This is my second live stream of the year. So hit me up and we'll definitely chat, man. That'll be a lot of fun. Now, let's do this right here. Now that I got to the end of the chat, it's time to start rewarding some prizes to you guys. And, oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys something else right here about my personal collection, if you don't mind. I talked about this a little bit earlier. Okay, so here's where I'm going to do my drop head rewards now and give you guys a drop head 3 in the chat. Someone's going to win one. That'll get you 3 spots in the comic reward today and the Omi rewards today. And I'll do that right now, right after this. But this is what I've been building, okay? So I've been getting a lot of Spider-Man rare comics, just one of each because you get the MCP. I don't want to stack up rares because you lose MCP. They don't stack well. I think you get one. I think they cut in half if you get 2 rares. So you're better off to just go for the ultra rares, I think. But anyway, so I've been getting those. I'm going to do a collection screen on that. I'm going to compile them all together. But here are my 3-digit commons on Veve. I've been slowly building these over time, with all the newer releases that they've become. And then I go back into the market and I've been picking up some older ones here and there as they come around. But I'm up to 59 now. I think that's pretty damn good. 59 common comics on Veve under like in the 3-digit mint range, all varying, from like, 300 to 400 to 500 to 800 to 900 mint, whatever, doesn't matter. I just grab one as cheap as I can. I just been following a lot. And actually, if you look down at, you can kind of see them all in order right here. I did pick up the Ultimate Fallout 4, the Avengers one, this Kang one I've had for literally almost 2 years right there. But over here, you can see the Venom. That's an automatic 3-digit. I've been picking up like, over time, all the grails, right? Like I did these when they came out. I invested quickly, like X-Men and Journey into Mystery and, Tales of Suspense and all that. Up here, I have all my amazing Spider-Mans that I went in. Recently, I was able to get a Spider-Man 300, but the uncommon. This one, I think I bought for 29 gems right there. Someone floored that. Like not floored it, but it was down below. So I picked that one up. I want to comment on that one, so I'm still hunting for that. But I got my Spider-Man 1. I got to get Fantastic Four 1, and I got to get, if I get a Marvel Comics 1, and if I can get Amazing Fantasy 15 at a 3-digit, those are the big goals for me. But of course, those are like 500-600 gems. So I have to like, we'll see about that. One day I will add those to me, especially Amazing Fantasy. One day I'll add that to my collection for sure. But I got all my Spider-Mans here, and I really love them. You can see more recent ones that I've kind of them all lined up in a row. And then I put some of my X-Men's together, but there's another one over there and then another one down there. So those are all good. X-Men 1, Avengers 1, all that, all the good stuff. And then these comics that have come out, just randomly, the Fantastic Four number 4 is a good one, and number 2. And there's another X-Men right there, the Blob. And then as you get down here, you can see after Ultimate Fallout 4, which is one I bought because it came up at a good price, I've gotten all these guys on recent drops, right? I haven't gotten every comic. I don't go for every single comic, just the ones I like. But you can see Spider-Boy, Spider-Man 700, the X-Men. And then look at these last 4 right here. These are all really nice comics. They look beautiful, and they're really good modern comics. All like first appearances, all kind of like key comics, all cheap. So, I would recommend, and it's just my recommendation to you guys, if, pick these up, like if you want, just grab one, like just grab one common of these more recent ones, especially the Spider-Boy over there. You're going to want that. You got the Miles Morales over here. Where is it? Okay, not that one right there. There's another Miles Morales right here that I wanted to focus on to show you. Where is it? Is it not shown here? Because I know I have it. It's the one where, yeah, I think I actually have to pick this one up still. I have some work to do. It's the Miles. Let me just check this out right here. Hold on one sec. Because I'd recommend it if I go to my collection, and you guys can't see this, but I'm in the background right here. Hold on. Let me just check out my rares right here. The Spider-Man, what issue? Yeah, Miles Morales, number 10. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 10. I don't actually have that comic shown here as a 3-digit. Where is it? Oh, no, I do. Yeah. Sorry. I got confused. There he is right there. This is Miles Morales, the evil Miles Morales over here. So pick that one up. Just, they're cheap. Just pick one up, put it away, forget about it. That's my suggestion to you. It's up to you guys. Do whatever you want. But I'm going to keep building this. And in a bunch of years from now, this is going to be a really nice collection to have. If actually, I would be smart. I would go in, I would pick 2 3-digits up of each of these common covers. I've been picking up some of the rares as well. And then just maybe I'll have one to sell, right? For later. So anyway, there's that to think about. But let's do our rewards. We got Omi rewards to give out right here, 25,000. Now, let's do this first. I got my comic rewards. So let's do this first. Let's give you guys a drop head zombie. I only have, I think, there's 37 left. That's it. And I will have more drop head 3s coming out as time goes on. But I have 37 of these zombies left. And they're 3D. They're interoperable. They're on the open sea. You get the 3D file by email, so you can use it in Spatial. And these give you 3 spots in every one of my rewards programs if you own them, right? There's only 38 of these left. So pretty scarce now. And that's after, how many do we have of these? The entire wave 1 of my drop head 3s are sold out. This is a special drop head that came around Halloween. Okay. So drop head 3, my first wave 1, they're gone. And, but this is a special one. I also have Plastic Man, which is cool too. Scott, how you doing? Almost too many choices with items in Veve and Candy. I think I will collect mostly comics, getting a bunch of DC NFTs to diversify. Yeah, there's a lot of choices. It's tough. Only so much money to go around. So pick the stuff you love and like, and take your shots at some of the stuff that could maybe give you a good return as well. But I agree with you, man. Lots right there. Thanks, Roman. Yeah, I like my collection. I like looking at it. It's fun for sure. Pasternak, if you have a back Cal and picked up the McFarlane Action Comics figure, you get airdrop the FA Superman Action Comics comic on Candy. That's pretty damn cool. That's pretty damn cool right there. If that was true, you get Action Comics 1 just given to you. That would be utility right there. Holy crap. Action Comics 1, when that shows up on Candy, I mean, I know all of us are going to freak out. We'll see when they decide to drop that, or Detective 27. I mean, big time right there for sure. Okay, so let's do the zombie one right here. Now, if you want this drop head and a chance to win my comics and Omi that I'm going to do just now, type in the chat, zombies rule. Type that in, zombies rule. And then I will pick one randomly from the chat. And then, you'll give me your wallet address on, on X or on Instagram, or, in Discord if you're already a member. And I will transfer this over to you just after the live stream, but I will put your spots, your 3 spots in both rewards right now. And if you don't have access to my Discord, if you're not a member, you don't have access to my Discord, and you don't have a drop head yet, that's okay. This will be yours. I'll get you the access to the Discord so you can win that Silver Age Superman comic I have going later today. We're ramping up the rewards again, guys. It's 2024 and the drop heads, we're starting to get it going. We took a bit of a break because I was away, but we're going to get these prizes going for you guys again. I want to start rewarding. So keep typing it in. Zombies rule. I'll give you 10 more seconds. And then when I scroll the chat, with my eyes closed, using the mouse, I take my hands off the mouse. It's really technical, guys. It's really high level. I take my hand off the mouse. Whoever my mouse lands on in the chat, because I have the chat scrolling here, wins that drop head right there and the chance to get in. Let's go. Let's do this. We got another couple of seconds right here, maybe another 5 seconds, and then I'll close my eyes and we'll do that for sure. Okay. So for sure. And if you don't have a drop head NFT, this is a good way to get one. You get one for free if you join the channel at any level of membership. So level 3 membership is the biggest. It'll get you the drop head 3 though. Okay. Let me just go this. You guys ready? I'm going to close. You guys ready? I'm closing my eyes. Here we go. I'm scrolling up. I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling up and around, over here, over there. Really technical, really advanced, really high tech right here, scrolling up and down and around. Now I'm stopping right there. Who is it? It's Hinano. Congratulations, Hinano. You just win the drop head 3 zombie. So that's awesome. Hey, and by the way, if you follow Hinano and you follow the Uncommon podcast, I know that he has given away some of these in his live streams. So, with D. So there you go, Hinano. Let me just see down below that you saw that you won. Okay. Give me a shout out. There you go. There you go, man. That's nice. So if you want to later on give this away too, I keep the drop head 3s. They give you those 3 spots, but you can give the rest away. Let's get you the spot right here. So we got 5086. Okay. So this is 5089. Okay. So this is you, Hinano. You got 3 more spots. Okay, in that, in my comic book rewards right there for this exact moment. Then we go to the Omi rewards, and let's put you in there as well. Okay. Okay, so you're in there as well. So there's both. They have the same amount of numbers. Now, here are the rewards. Now, what should we do first? Should we do the comic book rewards? Let's do the Omi rewards first. I like the Omi rewards. Okay, so if you have a drop head that has the Eco logo on its chest, that gets you 1 spot. Drop head 2s get you 2 spots, and drop head 3s get you 3 spots. And then there's special drop head 3s that get you 10 spots, etc. So, but we're almost at 1 million Omi. We have 5,089 entries, and we have 5 prizes. So let's get the random number generator up on screen. Let me just do this really quick right here. I'm going to get the random number generator up right here. Let me just close off some windows. We'll get going on this. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Okay, I'm getting this up on screen here. Random number generator. There we go. Okay, we got 5,089 entries. Okay, so let me just enter this in right here. Then I'll show you guys who wins. 5,089. Let's do this. Let's stop screen. Let's go back. We do this live. You don't have to be here to win, but I like to do it live so you guys can see who wins. Okay, for 5,000 Omi, let's try this out right here. Generate 1965. Who's in that position? So 1965. Let's see here. This is a Drop Heads 3 owner. And that is Dub. So Dub Dollar wins the first 5,000 Omi of the day, of the year, actually. So Dub's already, he's trying to climb the leaderboards. So that's Dub Dollar. Okay, let's do the next one. Generate. Here's another 5,000 Omi. 4679. Who's in that position? 4679. That's a Drop Head 3 owner as well. 4679. Actually, there's no one in that position. That is a blank spot. There's a jump between 4568 and 4859. There's actually a gap there. So no one's in that position. So we have to hit it again. 4,100. Nice even mint. Okay. 4,100. That is... Oh, there's also a gap there. This is really funny. It's funny how it's hitting the gaps because there's actually no one in that spot either. Let's hit it again. 2679. Okay, let's see who that is right here. 2679. Where is it right here? 2679. That's Ghost 888. So Ghost 888, 2679. Ghost 888 wins 5,000 Omi. That's nice. Climbing up the leaderboard. Now here we have another 5,000 Omi. Let's hit it again. 3743. I'm looking on the master list right now. 3743. That is Bones. Bones B. Another 5,000 Omi for Bones. So this gets all transferred after the live stream later today. Okay, and we have another 5,000 Omi. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Boom. 3901. Okay, who's that? Let's see here. 3901. That's Mark Meister. Mark Meister. There you go, Mark Meister. Congratulations. Actually, a more recent whale. Okay, so Mark Meister. And now we have another 5,000 Omi going right here. One more. Bang. Number 458 on the list. This is an OG 458. Who is that? Let's just see here. That is Crazy Dan. So Crazy Dan hasn't won in a while. That's good. So Crazy Dan wins 5,000 Omi. There we go. Nice. Okay, Crazy Dan. Great. So let's just do a quick recap for you to see our $25,000 of Omi. Hopefully one day, right, guys? Okay, there's the winners today. We got Dub Dollar, Ghost 888, Bones B, Mark Meister, and Crazy Dan for another 25,000 Omi. Now that moves this up to 979,000 Omi given out right there. So I will post the results of this, get their wallet addresses, and send them their Omi today. And next week we'll pass 1 million, and we'll have a lot of fun with that. So congrats to all the winners on that. That is awesome for sure. Look, it's Chris in the house. How you doing, Chris? Are you snowed out still, just like me? We live in the same sort of region of Canada, and we got a lot of snow yesterday. It was a big snow day. The whole town shut down, and all the towns shut down. But hey, man, great articles that you're writing. Guys, a tremendous resource, Chris. You got to go read his articles. They're so great. They're blogs, you know. So thanks for sharing all those thoughts and wisdom with the community, man. It's great for people to read those, and you're doing such a great job, obviously, right? So yeah, you got some snow, do you? It's snowing right now. Guys, we're in Canada. This live stream might go down any second, okay? Because we're in Canada up here, and with just with a light wind, the internet goes down countrywide, and then we all go to the hockey rink and play hockey, and we go get a Timmy's. So I know, right? Good fun. Okay, so there's the Omi rewards. Now we got the comic rewards, same exact amount of entries because I'm trying to mirror these lists up pretty good. But let's check out what comics we got for you guys today. Now, like I said, you know, if you're not a drop head holder, you got to get one here, okay? And so over 600 physical comics we've sent out. We've been doing this since 2021, okay? So we're not messing around here. Like mid-2021, I think the 2022 is when we really started kicking things off. 2022, I think. Let's say that. And we've been giving out a ton of comics, a lot of really good stuff, a lot of fun comics, you know, nothing crazy valuable yet, but there's been a few that have been like quite high. This is Detective Comics 600. This is going out. Nice issue right there. Extra thick, little milestone issue for you. Spider-Man Unlimited #2 with the Maximum Carnage. This is a nice physical comic right here with the whole Venom thing and Carnage. Really key comic there, fun. What if Craven killed Spider-Man? That little comic that ties into the Veve stuff we got. It ties into, where is it? Aha! Guys, it ties into this storyline right here, if you know what I'm saying. It ties into this series. You know, this series right here? It's a what if alternate version of that. So very cool read. You guys should check it out at your comic book shop. Very cool. And we got the what if series going on. And then this nice Thor Bronze Age from 1977. This is a good one right here. And then we got this nice Marvel Tales Spider-Man comic going out right here with Mysterio. Very cool. And then on my Discord, I do have that Silver Age Superman, which I'll show you. But let's get to this. Let's see who wins this. Let me get to the master list right here. Okay. And 5089. I'm going to do the master list up again. Here we go. Okay. Let's see who wins these comic books. And you can be the same people or it can be new people, different people. Let's go. Let's try it. Yeah, you're on the list, man. You're definitely on the list. I always post the list prior to doing all these rewards. The list has not changed since the last time I did the rewards because we haven't had, except Dave Stonecutter on Tuesday won a Drophead 3, and Hinano won it today. So they both got added to the list. So the master list was already posted before. So yeah, you're on the list, man. You're right in there for sure. Mark D, the London Police print they're selling at Crypto XR is unbelievable, incredibly awesome. It is amazing. One of the best drops that the ones we have of the year on Veve so far. And it's only going to get better as they continue to make that one particular one or those two legacy pieces where they unlock stuff. It's going to be really, I don't own them. I missed that drop. You know, I was at a basketball practice, you know, because I coach right at this time of year. I couldn't do the drop. I missed it. And it sold out like bang. So, I mean, like I wasn't able to get any of those London Police, but I wanted to go for that one. Very cool. Granddaddy Crypto, 1/4 inches of snow shut down Dallas on Monday. We are not ready for snow. We are not prepared. Okay. Yeah, we'll stay warm for sure. Fiber cuts out when a blizzard hits. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, right in the traffic issues. We are not prepared for snow. We're Canadians up here, and we're on the West Coast, though. West Coast Canada, we do not do snow. We do rain. We do springtime. We do nice walks. It's warm. We do like, you know, mountains and hiking, and we do skiing, but we do not do cold, frigid winters. If that happens, the whole highway shuts down. Okay, let's do this. Comic number 1. This is Batman. This is Detective Comics 600. Let's go. Bang. Number 169. We got an OG right here. Let's see. 169. That goes to Goody Vision. Goody, are you still in the chat? I think I saw you in the chat. You in what do you call Detective Comics 600. There we go. So Goody Vision, are you in the chat? If you are, say hi. I think I saw you earlier. So that's your comic now. Now the second comic we got is going to be the Spider-Man comic, the Unlimited comic. Let's hit it right here. Bang. 3172. Let's see who wins that one. 3172. That goes to 31. Granddaddy Crypto. Congratulations, Granddaddy Crypto. You win Spider-Man Unlimited number 2. Okay. Granddaddy, I'm just typing his name in here. Granddaddy Crypto. Nice. Congratulations. Okay, the next comic we got is the What If Craven comic. Really fun read, actually. You know, those What If comics, I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, They were so fun to read, like just the weirdness of the what ifs. And now that the Disney Plus and the Marvel's been putting out these shows, they're really cool. I want to see a what if for Star Wars. Can you guys please give me a what if for Star Wars Disney Plus? I want to see, like, what if Anakin never turned to the dark side? This kind of stuff. You can do it for Disney. You can do it for anybody right there. Granddaddy Crypto, there he is. Congratulations. We'll get that comic to you. That is awesome. So for sure. Okay, let's hit this next one. This is the what if. Yeah. Bang. Number 972, another OG on the what if right here. Let's go. 972. Where are you at on my list? 972. It's Popey. There you go, Popey. So he wins for the first time in a while. And actually, I don't know if Popey's watching. I haven't heard from him in a bit. Hopefully he's doing great. One of our original big whales right there. But let me show you what Popey won earlier that I can send to him. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. But so Popey lives in a region that I can't mail to. So Hinano and D have been really gracious in helping out and, shipping stuff to him for me. We've done one big package. So we like to wait for Popey because he's a pretty big whale for a drop head. So we like to wait to see, when I have a few prizes, then I can put them together in one package. And then Hinano's been so great at helping me out. Now, this is something that Popey had won a couple months ago. Check it out, this Venom right here. So now that we have this comic, and he's won some Omi in between, but I've been holding on to this. So Popey, if you're watching, just know that I haven't forgotten about this to send to you. This nice Venom. Look at this beautiful Venom collectible right here. So we'll get that comic as well to you, and we'll get that sent out. Probably wait until you win another prize just to make the package more sweet. And maybe we'll do some stuff. So that's going to be pretty fun. So Popey wins the Craven comic there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I know, right? Look at that. That's a beauty. He won that earlier. So remember, guys, on the channel, we do physical collectibles as rewards as well in our special rewards. Those will be coming back. I got it. We got stuff here, guys. We got stuff for you. So, okay. Now we got the Thor comic, the Bronze Age Thor. Let's hit this one up here. Bang. 1890. Good year. Good year for wine. Good year for Coca-Cola, maybe. 1890. Let's see who's in this position of 1890 to win this Bronze Age Thor. Let's go. 1890. That's Dub. So Dub wins. Congratulations, Dub Dollar. So Dub Dollar wins a comic today and Omi. So it pays to be a whale. Congratulations, Dub. I'll get that mailed off to you. That's a nice comic. I like to see how many people have actually won comics here. That'd be cool. Now, the fifth comic is Marvel Tales. And that is, where is it? That's this bad boy right here. Look at this cover right here. Just to show you, look at this cover right here. That's nice, right? So this is a reprint of Amazing Spider-Man 142 with this beautiful Mysterio cover. And if you want to read these stories, look up the Marvel Tales. They're cheap. You can go pick them up, but they're gaining in value. This is from the 70s or from 1980, so it goes back. And if you can't afford the Amazing Spider-Man originals, you get the Marvel Tales and you can have a lot of fun with it. And they got most of them have a lot of the same cover art, right? So let's hit this one up. Bang. Wow, almost 4,000, 3,998. Let's see who wins this one right here. 3,998. Hold on one second. Let's see. 3,998. That's Mark Meister. So is that 2 comic wins for Mark Meister today? Let me just double check the list right here. Oh, he won. Oh, he also won. Okay, he won Omi. So Mark Meister wins twice. Nice. So Mark Meister wins a comic. Both Dub and Mark Meister win comics and Omi today. So that's super lucky because we got lots of entries, lots of members, and sometimes that happens. So that's pretty damn cool for sure. So let's just recap really quick. And then I'll show you the Silver Age Superman that you have a chance to win. Mark Meister wins Marvel Tales. Dub wins the Thor comic 1977. Popey wins Craven. Granddaddy Crypto wins Spider-Man Unlimited number 2. And Goody wins Detective Comics number 600. And we have more coming on the way. So there you go, guys. Congratulations to all the winners on that. Check my Discord there for official announcements on that kind of stuff. And I will update the rewards winners, and I will get all your addresses and send stuff away. And if I present this really quickly right here, this is the one that if you're a member of the channel, make sure you enter, because this Silver Age Superman is going out later tonight. This is Superman number 209 from 1968, a Silver Age. And a CGC 9.8 graded value on this one goes for about $1,300 to $1,400. So this is not a 9.8 level. It is a lower grade. It's probably about a 6 or a 7, somewhere in that range. I hate to say it, because you never really fully know. Even when you send these in to get graded, you just never know, right? So, and we'll talk more about the whole grading fiasco on CGC. I still have a lot of faith in that company. I think they're going to do really fine with grading comics. So don't worry about getting your slabs. Get them graded. I think it'll be just fine. I mean, we have to look at the ones that were graded, that whole controversy, with the swapping out of the comics and all that kind of stuff, the reissues or the relabeling or whatever you want to call it. But this comic here, nice comic. It's a really good story. It says right here, our timid, cowardly reporter becomes Clark Kent monster, and he wants nothing to do with Superman. It's kind of one of those funny stories from that time in the late 60s. Still a 12-cent cover. So get in there on my Discord, go to the giveaway section, enter your mint number right there of a drop head that you own, and a random generated winner will, happen later today. And then stay tuned, because I have some more prizes going on over there. 150%. Thanks, Bob Sales, a 22-month member as well. I really appreciate you, man. Anybody who's been here that long, I appreciate you so much. And it's going to be super fun right there. Oh, well, thanks so much, guys. I'm going to wrap it up there today. Lots more stuff for me to do in the background. Get ready for these drops this weekend. Good luck if you're going for the Matt Gondek drop. I mean, I hope all of you land that secret rare. If you land that secret rare, holy smokes, it is going to be absolutely crazy. And it's going to be one of the top collectibles in the app. It's nuts. So for 50 gems, I'm going to go for it. I mean, what are you going to do, right? If I get the other one, it's going to be great. It looks fantastic. It's not going to be worth that much under retail. It's probably going to go for under retail, let's be honest, but it still looks fantastic. And if Matt Gondek adds utility to his current sets, that's going to be really interesting to see what happens. The Little Tree Friends, utility added. London Police, utility added. Okay, and that's just the beginning. Matt Gondek, we'll see. Patrick Hughes, let's go. Some more of this. Mondo, let's go. Let's get some more stuff on these artists right here and get more utility. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And they're just great collectibles anyway. And I'm still going for Venom, though, and Carnage. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not forgetting. I can't wait for the little symbiote little jar to show up. I'm going to be picking up those. And that's going to be a fun collectible by itself. If that little symbiote jar that they're going to sell us, to do the crafting, if it's animated, it's going to be so tough to get rid of that, because I'm going to want that, just the symbiote in the jar. You know what I mean? And of course, it's a crafting material. So I think it's just one. If they had a red one and a black one, that would be even better. But I think it's just going to be just one. But if it's animated or something like that, that's going to be super fun. So I'm really stoked about that. I know it's going to take time for us to get that, and who knows what else is going to be coming up. I mean, who knows? Especially congratulations on the McFarlane drop today with that Action Comics 1 digital collectible. That is awesome. That shows you the power of Action Comics 1, because when that comic shows up on DC, it is going to break records, guaranteed. If they do it right and give us, the right edition size. If they do it like Superman 1, I mean, all bets are off. It's going to be nuts. And you can see the power of Superman still. So we still have the FA Superman on Veve. I'm really curious to see how that goes over time. It's 7,500 editions or so. And so it's not even like overly produced. Oh, no, sorry. It's 8,000 editions. Todd's like 7,500. So it's not crazily like overly produced. Like, it's not like there's 16,000 editions or 20 or 30,000. It's still quite scarce. So, And then we'll see how McFarlane does as well with the rest of them. I'm going to go check the aftermarket on the Action Comics one and see how it goes for sure. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll let you go. Thanks for coming out. And as always, happy collecting.